So PS5 and Xbox One Series X prices have finally been released. I'm not going to spend my time talking about how this is direct competition to Nvidia and their new cards. Let's actually compare these two and see which one is like the better buy. Alright, so let's get into the video. Now, the first thing we have to look into is the on-paper specs. So, the Xbox One Series X has an 8-core AMD Zen 2 CPU clocked at 3.8 GHz and an AMD RDNA 2 GPU that is clocked at 1.85 GHz and gives off a total of about 12.15 teraflops of GPU power. Also has 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM, can play 4K games up to 60 frames per second, and then I believe 1440p at up to 120 frames per second. Then after that, we look into the PS5. The PS5 has a 64-bit Ryzen Zen 2 AMD CPU that has 8 cores and 16 threads, and is clocked at a variable frequency up to 3.5 GHz. It also has an RDNA 2 graphics card that gives up about 10.3 teraflops of power. Also comes with 16 gigs of GDDR6 RAM. On paper, these two consoles are similar in specs as well as they're similar in price. But then the Xbox One Series X touts 12.15 teraflops of power as opposed to 10 that the PS5 is giving. Normally, I would say because it gives a bit more processing power, I tell you to go for the Xbox One Series X. But the truth is, when it comes to technology, good hardware cannot be taken full advantage of without good software. And the Xbox One had better specs than the PS4 Pro, but the PS4 Pro actually outdid it in a lot of games. If you're trying to make the decision based on which one you think will be more powerful, wait until you've actually seen people test drive this. But then if you're looking at graphical quality, these two will actually be the same. They have the same GPU, even though the PS5 is clocked at 2.23 GHz as opposed to the 1.825 GHz of the Xbox One Series X. So GPU on paper, we'll say go with the PS5. But then, aside all of these on paper specs, what else could actually make you go for one over the other? In my opinion, I would actually go with the PlayStation 5. Why? The PlayStation 5 has way more exclusives. It has Batman, it has Watch Dogs Legion, and many other games that are launching alongside it. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and many others. Xbox also has its own exclusives, but they are not really as mainstream as that of the PlayStation. So really, it depends on you. If you're the kind of person who wants to play those exclusive titles, then I think you should probably look for the PlayStation 5. The thing is, if you're a PC gamer, you actually get access to both. So really, at this point, it just seems like PC gamers actually winning in the contest department. Another thing I actually want to talk about is the probability that heat management on the PlayStation 5 may be worse than that of the Xbox One Series X. Now, looking at their designs, the PlayStation 5 is a gigantic tower. Like, with this design, I can probably see the next generation of consoles becoming full-size tower desktops. Like, it's just massive, but then it's also very slim. So it makes me wonder, how will they actually handle cooling in this? The Xbox One Series X is a gigantic rectangular box, so there's a lot of room for air to pass through. But in the PlayStation 5, it doesn't seem like that would be the case. It would be interesting to see how they go about it, but Right now, I'll tell you, I think the Xbox One Series X will have better heat management. And if it has better heat management, it will make less noise when playing games. As much as people don't actually care about the noise, because they'll be keeping it a distance away from them, there are some people who keep it close by, and the noise could actually be very distracting. Now, honestly, if you ask me which of these two consoles is a better buy, it's a toss-up right now. I've always been a Sony advocate, and I've also wanted to dabble into the Xbox realm. So we'll actually have to wait and see when we actually get these consoles in hand, so we can actually test them and see how that goes. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.